How's it, everybody? How's everybody today? Tell me if the music's too loud, please. See, today is local is lekka. Nora and Pure. Yeah, that is the music playing. Just tell me if it's too loud, guys. Sorry about last weekend. It was last week. What could go wrong went wrong. Sorry about it. I was really looking forward to the live broadcast, and then all things went pear-shaped. Thank goodness that all three bad things happened in one day. So yeah, that's it. Let me see who's here. How's it, Brendan, Ryan, Etienne, Donovan, Justin, Julian, Robbie, Bavik, Mohammed. Yeah. How's it? Shiraz. How's it? So you can see who we go back to the local is lekka thing. I thought let's do an episode on all the good things that are coming out of South Africa from a vaping perspective. Just tell me, is the music too loud, guys? Is the music okay, not too loud? I decided that stuff YouTube, evidently now you've got to have 1,000 views before you've got to enter this pay thing and wada. So I thought, no, stuff it. I'd rather just play some music in the background. It adds a bit of atmosphere. But yeah. How's it, Daniel? Cool. Music's good music. So yeah, that's lekka. So, local is lekka. Still looking for somebody to make me a Dr. Pepper juice. Yeah, it's one of my favorite all-time juices. So, what's the show about tonight? Obviously, the show tonight is all about South African and what's coming out of South Africa. Products that I've recently got that are South African made, either in the entirety or partly. So I've been a happy chappy with what's come out of South Africa lately. So I just thought I'd highlight a couple of these people and bring it to everybody's attention so that they can go and look at these things, and if they're happy with them, they can happy with them. So obviously on the screen you'll see there's Monarch do a squonker. You've got Paddy Vapes. Everybody knows who Paddy Vapes is. They do mechanical mods, etc. Bearded Viking is a customizing guy who does customization of mods and does drip tips and fancy glasses and you name it. But I'll get into that a little bit more. Mr. Fluff is from Lung Candy. That's a new cotton on the market, South African cotton rayon blend. And then Electric Donut, which is a new range of juices that have come into that are South African made. So I thought I'd get into those. For those that haven't said how's it. So yeah, as I said, local is my lekka. So let's get into the thing straight off. Who are we going to do first? Let's see who I've got in my pictures here first. So the first one up is Bearded Viking. I must say his name's Brent Palmer. He's not too busy on Facebook. You can find him on Facebook. I'll post the link to, or Daniel, can you please post the links that I'm talking about to the people so that they can go and have a look at this guy. If you get a gap. Brent Palmer, he's an avid vapor. He only started vaping probably 6 months to a year ago, but he's one of those guys who've jumped headfirst into the vaping scene, and he's a very hands-on and very handy guy with his hands, and he's started making all these fancy tips and new panels and for like billet boxes and he's just, you ask him to make it and I'm almost positive that he's going to be able to make this for you. So you can find him. I think I'll just get his link. He's on Instagram. You can go follow him on Instagram. On Facebook, you can get him on Facebook. I'll just get his Facebook link here and I'll post it for you. Just hold on, I'm just getting it up here. He is new to the scene, so he hasn't got a massive following as yet, but go hit him up. and if you're looking for something special, I'm sure he can make it for you. And there Jane has posted his Facebook page, but you can also get him on Instagram as well. He does some amazing tips. I haven't got all my devices here, but this is one tip that he made for the Ubuntu, which is our dripper, which I'm going to get into now. Man, when it's not going to focus, it's not going to focus. But this is it's a wide bore drip tip, clear with some black speckles in it. When I mean wide bore, it's super wide bore compared to a normal. Where's my normal goon tip? When you're looking for something you can't find it. Oh, there's one. Yes. Yeah, you can see the difference. There's a normal and there's the wide. It's quite a big difference. So he's made these super. I've dropped it. Super wide bore tips. Really, really, really handy with his hands. And he's one of those guys that will just make anything. You ask him to make it and he'll make it. So yeah, have a look at him. Time for a vape. So that's Bearded Viking. As I said, tips. He makes specialized glasses for tanks. I know he does Carlin, Smocks, Amets, iJoy RDTA 5 glasses, and it's all these fancy glasses that have got like colors in them already. So yeah, it's quite a nice thing to go and check. So I would give him a look. Who's next? Let's see who's next. Okay, so that's the tips that have been done. Let me remove that. So we've done that. Okay, then yeah, something special. As I said, predicted about a year or so ago. Let me just check if there's any questions quickly. Hey, Lung Candy's here. How's it, Johan? Hi, my boy. Is it not doing 60 frames per second? 60,000. Sorry, I'm just checking frame rate. Okay, there we go. Let me just change this. Okay, it's stuck on 30,000 frames per second. I might have to switch off and then switch back. Everybody else having a problem? Anybody battling with the frame rate per second? Because I see it's on 30,000 frames per second and it should be on 60,000. Has anybody got any hassle to me switching off and switching it over? Just if you can give me an answer. Okay, let me switch it over. Just give me 2 seconds, guys. I'm just going to stop the feed and then I'll go back. Just give me 2 seconds. Sorry, I thought I'd change that. How's it? I hope you guys can hear me or see me. Unfortunately, something is not allowing me to change it to 60,000 frames per second. So you're just gonna, for those who have got a problem, just make the screen smaller. That's obviously gonna help you. If you've got full widescreen, then it's obviously gonna have an issue. I'm gonna have to go and look and see why it won't allow me to change it to 60 frames per second. But yeah, just make your screen smaller and then you'll be able to check it more. There won't be as much flicker. Sorry about that, guys. You know, I'm quite technically orientated, but yeah, this is but I don't know why it's doing that now. So I'm gonna have to go and read the forums again. Just on that note, if you've got Windows 10, the new Windows 10 update pretty much nullifies 80% of all webcams, USB webcams, and USB microphones. So just be aware of that if you do use webcams and plug-in microphones. New Windows 10 update has probably made 80% of them obsolete. So yeah, even the newer ones, even the Microsoft ones. Yeah, so okay. I'll go and look into it, and obviously I'll try and fix that for next one. Okay, we'll just have to leave it like this if you don't mind. Okay, then something I'm very, very excited about, and this is the baby. I was on the grand opening of the show. The guys from Monarch were there, and I said, give me one, I want one, because it just looks so freaking cute. We, being Survey, bought the first locally made squonker to South Africa, and obviously there were guys working on it while we were working on it as well, and then there's been a couple that have been released, and so I'm always keen to see South Africans doing things right, and learning, and and taking on the international market from a quality perspective. And these guys have absolutely smacked it out the park. Just want to get the second picture here. That's what the internals look like. So it's obviously a fully mechanical mod. That's Mr. Pickle. It's an international brand of battery wraps that we've just currently got. They are available. I know they're available at Lung Candy. And there's a couple of other vendors that'll have them as well. But let's get back to this mod, this super mod. I was blown away by its sheer size. I'm not going to get into the materials that it's made out of, etc. All I can tell you is every single solitary part of this mod is made in South Africa. There's no parts that have been bought in. They've even gone so far as to actually make the 510 pins and the squonker, the 510 squonker pins, etc. Everything is made in South Africa, which is absolutely bloody fantastic. Well done, guys. Absolutely blown away by this little squonker. Just some little specs on it, and that you'll understand how small this is. The total length of it is 76 millimeters long. Okay, the width of it, I'm just measuring it here quickly. The width of it is 26 and by 44, so you can actually you can see how small this thing is. You'll see a baby better in my hands. Yes, I've got big hands, so that's what it is, the size in my hand. Okay, I have got massive hands, so but that is the size of it, guys. It's mind-blowingly small. Now I can pretty much hide the whole mod in my hand, and it hits like an absolute mule. Phenomenal mod. This is version 1. There were a couple of small issues that I raised with them, which they've tackled in the version that's been released to the public. I won't get into those because they minor things. But yeah, guys, if you're into squonking, get your hands on one of these. This is I have no words to explain how good a mod this is, and coming from South Africa, they're truly proudly South African. Every single solitary part of this is made in South Africa by the guys themselves. The 510 pins, everything is smooth. As I said, there were one or two little things that on the original version, which was released, that I personally wasn't happy with, but they've assured me that they have changed all of it and got rid of all those little imperfections that I mentioned to them. So guys, kudos to you, bro. Absolutely fantastic mod. I'm gonna have a vape on it now. It's so nice. This is designed for your RDAs, like your armors, your what other ones are there? The armor. Just, I'm having a bad day today. The flaves, the Serpent BFs, the Wasp Nanos, Hadleys. This is designed for these small little flavor chasing RDAs that are available in the marketplace. I just want to see what that width is. I didn't even check that width. Just hold on. Yeah, 22 millimeter. Yeah, it'll take a 25 millimeter. It'll take a 25 millimeter RDA, but if you can just look at that you know, you don't want to go and slap a big 25. I'm going to put a 25 on for you so you can actually see that it's not designed for these massive big RDAs. All these 25 millimeters. I'm going to put my 25 on there. Yeah, it just doesn't look right. Yeah, it's a 25 millimeter bottom fed. It just doesn't look right. So if you're wanting a little in your pocket squonker, and for a little 22 millimeter bottom fed, then this is the device for you. I haven't got the prices and all that. I'm not really concerned about prices. I don't really argue with prices. I look at it, I like it, I buy it. It's one of those things. But yeah, you can find them. I'll put their link to their Facebook page. They are on Instagram, etc. So I just got to type it. I was running out of time, so I'm going to put their Facebook page here. You can go have a look at them, get a hold of them if you're looking for one. You will not be disappointed. There's their Facebook page there. You will not be disappointed with them guys. Yeah, epic little squonker. Oh, and I'm also vaping on VCT. So this is just my VCT device now. I only use VCT on here. Let me just check them questions. I'm just checking. Yeah, so I'm just trying to read some questions there. Pleasure Dression. Don't forget to ask if he wants the number 13, eh? Yeah, the colors that comes in, you can get the white body. I know they're coming out with all different color buttons, and they're coming out with different color bodies. They currently got a white and a black body. They've got a white and a black cover, white and black buttons, so you can intermingle them. So you can have a black with white, or you can have all black or white, or black with white, or white with black. So you can pretty much mix and match. But I heard that they're coming out with different covers, different front panels and different colors, but I haven't got into that yet. How's it, Rian? Julian, I have no idea on the price. I'm not a person who buys by price. I'm a person who buys by looks, aesthetics and stuff like that. If I look at it, it works well, I buy it. But yeah, you can get hold of them through their Facebook page. They are on Instagram as well. Have a look at them there. You won't look back once you bought one of these. Ronaldo, there are a whole lot of cheaper squonkers coming in, like from China. Price wise, the cheapest squonker that you're probably going to get away with today is probably about $1,500. They're going to go up. I've seen squonkers go for 10,000 rand. So yeah, there's some expensive stuff out there. Not 10,000, sorry, 7,000 rand. And but we are getting some cheaper squonkers in. Yeah, it's fully unregulated mod, so you've got to know what you're doing with building perspective. Sorry, I'm just reading a message here. It's fully mechanical, so you've got to know what you're doing from a build perspective. What I have noticed is that it does. I like it with the smaller RDAs, but that's up to you if you want to go put a bigger RDA on there. Just on that note, then, as I said earlier. I think I stand to be corrected, but I think we were the first people to bring a squonker, one of our squonkers into the marketplace, and that's the next product that I'm getting onto, which is the Hard Hitters Alliance. We're about to get the second batch of them in. The first batch went down really quickly, so I'm just going to throw up that photo here now quickly. Just give me 2 seconds. Just get rid of those. And then we've got, this is our own squonker. It's under one of our brands called the Hard Hitters Alliance, and on top of it, it's got the Ubuntu RDA, which is also a proudly South African RDA. Now, there's a big difference between the two. I'm just going to throw up the Ubuntu. That's the Ubuntu RDA. Okay, also proudly South African, also under the Hard Hitters Alliance, which is us as well. And I'm just going to explain the difference between the two. Okay. So that you can understand the difference between the two. When I designed this Hard Hitters Alliance squonker, okay, I designed it for your bigger RDAs. Okay, although I like flavor, I like the dense, thick, warm vapor from drippers. That's what I enjoy. Okay, so when I designed this to take a 2700 battery. Okay. So 2700 battery, because it's got a higher amp rating, allows you to build slightly lower. I won't tell you what the build is that I've got in here, but it allows you to build lower because you've got a better battery in there. Okay, and we matched it up with our local dripper that we also had made called the Ubuntu as a set. Although you don't have to buy them as a set, I designed the two of them to work together. Okay. Because I like the big, heavy, dense. I like the flavor, but I like the heavy, dense clouds that you get from really low wattages, really low ohm coils, which you can get on these, but it becomes a little bit hot when you've got these small little RDAs. So that's why we designed this. Also fully mechanical, 2700 battery. This takes a 18650. Now you can see the size difference. Okay, it's quite a big difference in size. Okay, yeah, quite a massive difference in size if you actually look at it. Okay, this I use just for flavor, and this I use for vapor production, and obviously also a bit of flavor. You can see the big difference here. I'll take a hit on this. Still produces a nice cloud. I'll just make sure I've got this squonked, otherwise I'm going to be, yeah. Then this one, they're both a squonker, but they're two different purposes. This I'll enter into a cloud competition with if I have to. This is just about flavor, in my opinion. So yeah, if you're looking for something for a bigger RDA, then that's the way to go. The Hard Hitters Alliance squonker. 2700 battery, fully mechanical, interchangeable plates as well. Okay, buttons and plates. You can get red, grey, black plates, and then obviously the red, grey, black buttons. Takes up to 20. You can actually fit a 28 on here, but this is a 25. Okay, so this is more for your cloud chasing type of scenario. We are already on run number 2 with this, so we have got 1 or 2 left. Okay, but yeah, if you want them, we have got them available on our website. Just getting back to the Ubuntu here, the Ubuntu RDA is also designed by myself and a friend of mine. This is an all-round RDA. Okay, when I say all-round, you can set this up as a mouth-to-lung RDA, or you can set this up as full open wide airflow. I think who was here knows got one. Who was here? There's no. I think who was it? Rion from Coil Company. He's messed around with one of these, and you can fit some seriously monster coils in this. You don't have to necessarily use it on a squonk. It comes with a squonking pin, and it comes with a normal 510 pin. But it was designed as a squonker. Yeah, so if you're looking for a good South African made RDA, the Ubuntu is the way to go, in my opinion. Guys that have been using the Goons still prefer this over the Goon. So yeah, but that is biased because obviously this is my product. Okay, if you're looking for flavor, there's your baby. If you're looking for cloud production, that's your baby. Let me open another tin of Dr. Pepper. Let me just check some questions quickly. Yeah. I'm assuming, yeah, in the yeah, I've got 2.5 millimeter flat wire, haywire flat wire, 6 wraps each I've got on this. Okay, and then on the Ubuntu I've got, no, I'm not going to tell you what I've got on here. Yeah, I'm not going to tell you what I've got, the build I've got in here, because it's not something that I would recommend people to build who are not at the same level. Yeah, who don't know what they're talking about. But this is really, really, really low. Simplicity, I think we are getting the pulse. I'll have to check with Hugo, but I think we are getting the pulse squonker in. The 2 mods that I've showed you, Robbie, are not regulated mods. How's it, James? Yeah, on the Ubuntu, you know, flavor comes from as little angles in a RDA as possible. So when we designed the top cap, we tried to make the top cap as conical inside as possible. Okay, they couldn't make it any more conical inside with the machinery that they use. So it's as conical as you can make it. The only thing that I've seen that's slightly more conical than that is actually the Goon. The Goon is actually slightly more conical than that. The Goon V1.5. Simplicity. Oh, too much vapor. Yeah. I don't know what the price of that pulse will be, sorry. Johan from Lankan has also got an Ubuntu, yeah. You know, the South African market is booming beyond belief. I'm going to show you another piece of machinery now, which I'm also blown away by. You know, I'll show you that now. Thanks, Gerard. Musonga, no, I'll do that. It's actually very easy. I'll do that for you, not a problem. He asked if I could please show a tutorial on how to change the panels out on the HHA. Very, very, very easy. Thanks, Robbie. The launch went down really, really, really well, eh? Yeah, no, I've got to practice what I preach. Yeah, I've been building for longer than most people have been vaping. So yeah, I've been there, seen it, done it. I've entered enough batteries to learn the hard way. Luke, there are some Ubuntus left. I don't think there's too many. There's probably only about 30 or 40 left from the original batch. Just to say that we are busy working on our second one, and it's it's going to be it's going to be absolutely epic. Sarushan, I did tell Hugo to put the Ubuntu up on our wholesale list for vendors to buy. I don't know if he's done it or not. Currently, we're the only ones who do stock it, so you can order it online if you want to. But I'm sure that once we put it on the wholesale list for the vendors that we do supply, I'm sure some of them will take some. Okay, then let's do some juices. New juices on the scene. Okay, they are made by us, so it is a biased opinion again, so please just you take me on my word. I don't, those who know me and know I don't talk cuck. We've relaunched this. Blooming light's quite bright. Let me just change this layout, because this video output is quite it's quite bright. Let me go in. It's a little bit bright. Let me just go and change the white balance down. That's better. Okay, yeah, that's a bit better. We've launched a new series of juices called the Electric Donut. Okay, not taking anything away from the new donuts that are on the scene. The thing is with me, when I make a juice, I like to be able to taste all the flavor profiles in a juice. Okay, and for me, when I make something that I eat, like in this case a donut, I want to taste the donut as well as the topping. And unfortunately, what I found is with a lot of the juices out there, donut juices, biscuit juices, cookie juices, or whatever the scenario may be, is you get all the sweetness, but you don't actually get the proper biscuit, you don't get the proper donut. And this has probably taken me better part of 8 months to a year to perfect, but finally you've got a range of juices where you can actually taste the donut. Okay, mixing around with the combinations of different pastry and bakery notes to get that proper upfront donut. So when you bite into a donut, you get that doughy feeling first. So if you like the donut type of vibe, they are available on our website, and there are some vendors that are currently stocking them. So they're called the Electric Donut. You've got a strawberry donut, you've got a blueberry donut, and then you've got a caramel peanut donut, which that's my favorite, the caramel peanut donut. So yeah, tonight what I'm going to do is one lucky viewer. Obviously we're going to do a random draw. He's going to win a set of these in 3 milligram. He's going to also win themselves an Ubuntu RDA, as well as a Asmodus t-shirt. So yeah, don't go away, we're going to do that a little bit later. So that's the prize for tonight: set of juices, Ubuntu RDA, and a Asmodus t-shirt. So yeah, one lucky guy's going to get that. Okay, yeah, so if you're looking for a proper donut, something that tastes like a donut with a topping, then that's the one you need to go and look for and ask your vendor to get them if they haven't got them, or order online. How big is the t-shirt, Mr. Fisher? It will not fit you, Mr. Fisher. The t-shirt is extra large. Let me just check some questions. Yeah, I think it's Risty. You know, the Ubuntu, it's South African, yes, okay, but you know, when you try it, you know, for all those people who have bought them, this is not a punt, those people who have bought it have absolutely love it. Okay, yeah, so try it. You know what I mean? It's absolutely brilliant. Ruan, it's a random draw, dude. You got to be online to win. At any time I can do the draw, eh? Mark for a full-size human. Crop top. Okay, then another South African product. Okay, and that is, let me get rid of this here so we don't have this pop up on the screen. Yeah, this is Mr. Fluff from Lung Candy. Okay, has launched. Okay, I think the retail price on it is 90 bucks. If I stand to be corrected, I think it's 90 rand. I think Johan is still watching, so you can check me out there. I've got so many figures and prices in my head, but I think the retail price of it is 90 bucks. Okay, that's what it looks like. Nice little box, and it has 1.2 meters of a cotton rayon blend. Now that's the amount of cotton that you get in. I have used some. Okay, I'm busy testing it myself. I'm a tactile sensitive person. Okay, I don't, rayon and me don't get on in my hands. I have this funny thing with my hands, so I try not to touch it too much, but it does vape very, very well. Personally, I haven't tried it as yet. I'm trying it for the first time tonight. I haven't had time to, so I apologize, Johan, but yeah, absolutely amazing little branding. The branding, it used to be called the Cotton Candy Collection. Okay, it is available countrywide as far as I know, and I'm trying it in this beast. This is my next toy. Okay, as I said, I haven't tried it as yet. It's a cotton rayon blend. Okay, so I'm going to try it for the first time in this beast. I've wicked it up, I haven't juiced it up. Let me get to this beast from Paddy Vapes, and I'm lucky. I don't know if you'll see that. I've got serial number 0002, second one. It's a stacked 18650 hybrid mechanical mod. I phoned him the one day, and I've seen the guys in the States. Okay, Johan, just Mr. Fluff is no longer a Lung Candy product. It's completely on its own company. So it's its own company. So there's Mr. Fluff. Okay, but it's available from Lung Candy, Sir Vape, and pretty much every vape shop in South Africa. Okay. Small correction, Mr. Typing like a spaz. What the fuck? Okay, 85 bucks. Okay, whatever. It's good. It's good value for money. Okay. I'm seeing a lot of the Americans using these things. Oh, you know what? Let me get one. So I phoned Justin from Paddy Vapes, and I said, look, do you make a stacked mechanical mod? And he says, yeah, he does, but he hasn't had a big call from it. And I wonder why people don't. You know, a lot of people like Noisy Crickets because they've got its series mode, and guys like, you know, this these really powerful mods. I'm surprised that more people hadn't bought them. So I said to him, well, you know, is there any chance of you making me one? You know, I'd like one to add one to my collection. He said, not a problem, sir. 3-day turnaround time, and I had my mod, and it's 0002. As I said, series stacked hybrid mechanical mod. This is not for the faint-hearted. Okay, this is not for a newbie. This is, you've got to know what you're doing. You've got to really worry about Ohm's law with this. I've got a rose gold goon 1.5 on top. I've got some serious coils in there. Okay, they are hovering on the side of danger, but I've got special batteries in here that are designed for really low ohms. And then I haven't put it on this thing tonight, but a new juice is coming out from Wiener Vapes, and I think it says Gringo. It's the sister to the Panama juice that he's launched. So I'm going to try this for the first time on live YouTube, this juice, and I'm also trying for the first time the cotton from I've used the mod before, the mech before, but I've never used Mr. Fluff. So I'm gonna putting it in a as far as I know, that I've heard from Rob and those places, those guys, and obviously everybody has their own opinion, is that this rayon cotton blend really works well in your RDAs. So I will try it in both, but tonight I'm just using it on my goon on top of this series stacked. Just got to make sure that this thing's properly juiced up, because in series and with the build that I've got on here, this thing's going to kick like a mule, and I hope I don't splutter and cough like a newbie, because this has got a bit of menthol in it, but this juice is also one of an epic juice. Just making sure that I've got enough airflow here. Oh yes, she pops. Yo. I'm gonna take a hit on live TV and I'm gonna cough my lungs out now. Just make sure that I don't get a dry hit. I'd rather have a menthol hit than a dry hit. Oh, here goes. Oh, she hits like a beast. Yo. That is some serious vapor production, and it's already gone dry. 2 hits and it's already gone dry. Let me just make sure I don't burn this Mr. Fluff out. Yeah, so if you are a mech collector like I am, and you have not got a stacked series mod, please get hold of Justin from Paddy Vapes and get yourself one of these. It is absolutely, it's a talking piece as well. You know, so if you're a social vapor, or you like the social side of vaping, at the launch of the new shop, I had this around, and people are like, what, my God, what is that? You know, so it's you can see in my hands. That's my other one from Justin. I hide it totally in my hand, so you can see the size difference. Yeah, absolutely massive, absolutely massive. Hits like an absolute beast. All his mix do. Yo. Also, this juice, this hasn't released yet. So Wiener, if you're watching, I've only got 1 bottle left. Please send me some more juice. I have to say, feedback on the juice, or feedback on the cotton, it absorbs very quickly. It really absorbs very quickly, because this thing is churning through juice. It's almost already dry. This is churning through juice at a rapid rate. So it'd be ideal for those guys who like doing those little cloud blowing competitions. But it saturates very, very quickly. I think that's the rayon part of it. I think rayon, the saturation on rayon's better than cotton. So yeah, for those people who like RDAs, get yourself a tub of this, or a carton of this. Try it out in your RDAs. I think you'll be pleasantly surprised. Oh, thing hits like an absolute mule. So there's my proudly South African things that I had to show you guys. Recap again. The custom Viking tips, guys. If you're looking for him, Bearded Viking. They do all these fancy drip tips. They are available at Survape. We will be putting up on our wholesale list as well, for guys to other vendors to buy. Really awesome tips, custom made. He does custom made panels, you name it. So if you're looking for something different for your mod, you want to change your mod up, get a hold of him. I did put the link in the description. That was that one. Monarch. If you're wanting a little stealthy squonker, absolutely awesome for your small RDAs that are available in the marketplace. If you want a cloud chaser with good battery and lower building capabilities, then you need to look at the HHA squonker. If you're wanting an all-round RDA, bottom fed, normal RDA, single coil mode, dual coil mode, massive coils, small coils, then you need to look at the Ubuntu. The donut juices that are available, electric donuts, Mr. Fluff, series stacked hybrid mech, and then the Gringo is a new juice that's going to be launching from Wiener. Those are my proudly South African. I need to throw the scene up here. The local is lekka scene here. I'm really impressed with what South Africa is doing from a mod perspective, that they're doing from a juice perspective, and what we actually have available to us in South Africa. Only next thing I'm looking for is someone to do a regulated mod in South Africa. I think that will just top it all. So those that you've got some technical abilities, start working on a regulated, proudly South African mod. Let me just check some questions. Yeah, there's one long Mecca T-Vapes. Yeah, DJ Beeps, my problem with rayon is I'm tactile insensitive, so I don't like working with it. That's why I don't use it. But to do it justice, I had to obviously play with it and use it, and I put it under a serious test. Okay, I'm not going to tell you what build that is in there, because I wouldn't recommend anybody to use that build in there unless they know what they're doing. But I put that under that cotton under some serious strain in the build that I've got there in series mode, and the cotton is held up. And it saturates very quickly. So yeah, that's the things that I always look at, is how fast it can saturate and hold up under severe pressure. And I have to say the cotton, okay, I've only vaped on it 3 or 4 times. It's holding up to the saturation, and there's no cottony, browny flavor, because I know it. I've already finished 2 bottles of this juice. I know exactly what this should taste like, and it tastes just like that. Epic cotton, epic juice as well. Ruan, if you want to make like that, my boy, you need to get hold of Justin from Paddy Vapes. What I'd like to get my hands on is a stacked 26650 mod. So I think I'm going to actually ask Justin if he can make me a stacked 26650 mod, because then I'm going to have real fun, because there I can really build. I shouldn't talk about building, but I can really build to what I want to. Rob, I have to say that this is a round cotton blend, and I'm pleasantly surprised how it's holding up to this sheer, well, I'll tell you this, those who know Ohm's law, we worked this out. This is running at 250 watts. Okay, this build, it's coming out at 200. It was 248 watts. So yeah, if you do the maths backwards, you'll work out what the ohmage is on there. But yeah. T-Vapes actually can't even tell you. It's got a... trying to explain it. If Gerard's watching, please give you the explanation on this juice. It's freaking good juice, that's all I can tell you. Yeah, I should have some Dr. Pepper now. Nah, it's a very small menthol. It's not an in-your-face menthol. It's more a coolant, like a WS23 type of coolant. Hey man, where's Con? Jane says it's almost as tall as Hugo. Yeah, I'd like to see him use it. I think he'll cough his lungs out if he had to use it. Yeah, this is some serious power, yeah. Serious power. Johan, your cotton's holding up, my boy. I didn't think the rain would hold up that well under this amount of power, but it's really holding up. Yeah, you can tell it's big just by how I hold it in my hand. Brandon, I have not tried Miami Ice from Hardwick's yet. I'll have a try tomorrow. We get so many new juices and I'm so busy, I don't always get a chance to taste everything. Ronaldo asks, what's the difference between Mr. Fluff and cotton bacon? Cotton bacon is pure cotton, there's no rayon in it. This, I would assume, is a 50-50 mix between rayon and cotton. Okay, it's not as bad. You know, you can feel it when you feel the rayon in it. I would best bet to be Johan to answer that question, but I would hazard a guess it's probably a 50-50 rayon cotton blend. Robbie, the lower ohms, the more vapor production, in simple terms. Prickly pear and fig. Sure. Gringo, prickly pear and fig. Yes, and now you talk about it, you get it, hey? Those of you who've eaten prickly, I can't get the fig, but I can get the prickly pear. But that could be because I'm running it at really high wattages. Included a ton of dry hits. Huh? Didn't get that. Tested on pretty much everything and every possible scenario before release. Included a ton of dry hits. Okay, now I'll get it. Yeah, it's holding up under, I have to say the cotton's holding up under that amount of power. I'm running 250 watts through it. So yeah, it's holding up on that quite easily. Do Mexicans say gringo? Robbie, no, I haven't tested that. How much is a V-God? The V-God mix around about between 1,500 and 1,800 bucks, around about there. I don't know what the other prices are. Sorry, I don't have all the prices in my head. Adil asks, what's the best juice that I vaped on and do we sell it? Yes, we do. Best juice I've ever had is this thing called VCT from Ripe Vapes. It's a caramel tobacco, my all-time juice, and I've got that in the Monarch at the moment. Spot on, Julian. Tamsin, you know, if you look at where South African juice market is at the moment, and I've said this 15, 20, 100 times in these, South African juices, in general, probably 80%, no, maybe not that high, 70% of South African juices are better than 80% of American juices. They're not all packed full of the sweetener and other crap. And it's coming the same with mods, you know. The problem that we have in South Africa is the cost of labor and the cost of other things. So China can make things a hell of a lot cheaper, so it puts people off buying local, because local is more expensive. Okay, obviously not from a juicer's perspective, but for mods wise, you know, South Africans have got the ability to do anything. You know, we have the infrastructure, we have the technology. I can't see why why it wouldn't go down well. If it was well marketed, good quality device, I think it would absolutely nail the market. Yeah, Garish, to try and get an American to promote anything South African is like trying to get pigs to fly. It's never going to happen, unfortunately. Or Panama, I've vaped probably, I would hazard a guess, about a litre of Panama already. Lovely, lovely, lovely juice, eh? Lovely juice. I don't know if Haywire is in the house, but yeah, that Haywire is a flat twisted series that is launched. Yeah, the flavor of that wire is absolutely phenomenal, absolutely phenomenal. I saw earlier on there was somebody asking about the what was it they were asking about? Oh, man, I forget what the name. Somebody asked it. KBG, I think his name was KBG. KBG, where's your answer? Where's your question? I'm trying to find KBG and. Yeah, look, I'm using a Manta currently. I'm putting it through its paces. So far, I can't fault it. What I've got running in here is I'm running dual 5mm ID, 22 gauge Haywire in here. Flavor is really, really good on the tank. Also got quite a good dome on the inside of the chamber. Good vapor production. Airflow is a bit noisy for me, but the flavor's there. You know, would I put it in my top 5? Yeah, I'd put it in my top 5. Would I put it in my top 3? No, I wouldn't put it in my top 3. It's probably the same as a, yeah, it's probably the same as a Carlin, same as a Amit. The only bonus is that you can put slightly bigger coils in here. I was able to fit 5mm ID coils in here. A bit noisy for me though, in my opinion. I have to say that I do enjoy this deck to work on. The deck makes it life easy to install coils. The way they've got the off-centered posts of screwing it in does make life easy. Easy to fill. Could have done with a slightly longer drip tip. Could have probably added an extra 2-3mm for comfort. I like the wide glass that you can still fit 4 mils of juice in there. Overall, good tank, good tank. Yeah, can't fault it. Besides that drip tip, do like the fact, as I said, that you can put bigger coils in there. The wake, yeah, that was it, KB. I've also tested the wake out. I enjoy the tank. You know, it's very similar to the Petri. The one thing I do like about it though is if you're going to change it from single coil to dual coil mode, or dual coil to single, the way that the juice flow adapter can be picked up and moved into position, so you can change how your positioning of your coils. I do enjoy that feature on it. Is it better than any other tank out there? Yeah, it's a good tank. It's a good tank. Today, to tell, it's like watching a 4K 4K TV, you know, compared to 1080. You know, unless you're a machine testing how much flavor you're getting out of a tank, pretty much most of the tanks today are much of a muchness, in my opinion. It just comes down to ease of building. Lack of dry hits, easy to coil up, easy to wick, and all the tanks today are easy to coil up, easy to wick. The little things that make them different are how the posts are positioned from inserting your coils, how the wicking is done, You know, those are the things that make a difference on tanks today. The flavor is pretty much the same on all the tanks that I'm tasting today. You know, my go-to tank still is an Omni by Shadow. The flavor and the density of the vapor that comes off that tank is still my number one tank. I would say, yeah, quite easily. And I would still, you know, if it's a toss-up between the Omni and a Wake and a Manta and a Amit and a Carlin, I'm still going to go for the Omni, to be honest. You know, after months of testing these different tanks, I always tend to go back to my Omni. That's just my personal opinion, because that's the vapor that I like. I like that thick, nice, dense, warm vape, and the Omni gives that to me. You know, the other tanks all are pretty much the same. You know, you could split it with a ball hair. That's the way I look at it. Really comes down to aesthetics at the end of the day for most people, which looks sexier than the other one. You know, and if you're a collector, then you need to have them all. But if you're not a collector, you can go buy any one of those tanks today and you'll be happy with them. I hope that answers someone's questions. Adib, yes, we are getting the triple RTA by Vandy Vape. Brian, it's as I said, it's ball hairs. It's you know, it's like today buying a Hisense TV or a Samsung TV. Just one looks aesthetically better than the other one, in your own opinion. But what it does, you know, they're both the same TV in the inside, just the outsides look different. It's just those small little things. Manta, I have to say, inserting the coils does make life a little bit easier. Wicking it up is a little bit easier. Same as the Wake, you can swap between two dual coil or single coil quite easily with not having a problem with your juice flow, because of that new way that they've done the juice flow cap. Flavor, they're all doming all the insides of the inner caps that fit over the coils to give you better flavor. Yeah, it's much of a muchness these days, really much of a muchness. What's the top 3 RTAs? Just remember, these are my opinions, guys. Okay, top 3 would probably be, from a flavor perspective, I would have to say the Omni, the Carlin and the Manta. Ease of building, I would probably say Carlin, Amit and Wake. Vapor production, I would probably say Amit, Carlin, the dual coil, Amit, Carlin and a Manta. Juice flow control, I would probably say a Wake, a Manta and a Carlin. You know, noise, Omni, least amount of noise, Omni, Carlin, Wake. You know, yeah, it's so hard these days. It's so hard. Everybody's picked up their game so much. Yeah, RDAs is a different story. You know, RDAs is a total different story when it comes down to flavor. You know, people are gonna look at me funny and they're gonna say, "Oh, Craig, but you're being biased." I can promise you that I'm never biased to anything. You know what I mean? Because like I've got all the products to sell. But if I'm going on RDAs currently, the things that give me the best flavor on an RDA, my HHA Ubuntu, my little Wasp Nano, and then followed, I don't have it here with me, I left it in the shop, which it's an old RDA. From a flavor perspective, okay, is the Bowl V3, so V2, but yeah, everybody's different, everybody's different. Gelato is a different day. Gelato, I'm doing, for those who don't know, I'll just touch on it. So we've been lucky enough to secure the rights and distribution rights for ARC, who've got a whole lot of juices. So we've got a whole lot of international juices that we'll be supplying South African market with. And one of them is gelato, which is, one of the best juices I've ever tasted in my life. Not better than VCT, but it's one of the best juices I've ever tasted. Single coil tanks. Conqueror Mini, Serpent, SMM, and then the Amit single coil. Those are probably my three favorite ones. Jane, bring your Carlin in. I've got a fix for your Carlin. I've actually figured it out the other day. Bring your Carlin in and I'll sort it out quick. It takes me 30 seconds to sort it out. Jaresh, use less cotton, buddy. You can't beat RDAs for flavors. RDA will always give you the better flavor. There's no questions asked. It's because you've got more airflow. You've got nothing impeding your airflow. But then you get RDAs that have got super flavor. These little mini small dome cap close to the coils close to your airflow and close to your intake make a big difference. Julian, best RDA solo Gambit or Hadley. I've never tried the Gambit. I don't like the Hadley. I would probably say this from a small RDA. Where is it now? I've got it here somewhere. It's between the Zion and the where is it now? The Wasp. The best flavor. Yeah. Zion, probably one of the most underrated RDAs on the market. It's made by Armageddon, I think. Absolutely fantastic little RDA, and it is bottom fed. It's called Zion, single coil RDA. Lovely. Flavor is also very good. Lakman, yes, you get I think that's how you pronounce it, Lakman Desai. Yeah, you definitely get better flavor from a dripper than you do from a tank. Julian, best person to speak there is Hugo, buddy. I don't do any of the ordering because I don't like dealing with the people who promise you things and then don't deliver. With the Carlin, okay, just the Carlin leaks, okay. What I've actually uncovered with the Carlin, okay, is if you take, let me just see if I've got a Carlin here. Yes, I do. I'm going to show you this here now. Okay, there's the Carlin deck. Okay, if you'll see, I'm just going to find a pointer. You've got two parts to your deck. Okay. You've got your base plate that screws onto your mod, and then you've got the part that the coils go into. If you take a vice grip, but please be very careful. Okay, if you take two like bobby iron spanners and you give it a tighten like this, okay, you'll notice that it moves about 1.5 millimeters to your right. Okay, so it's righty tighty, lefty loosey. So you must turn it this way, turn it clockwise, the top. It'll turn about 1.5 millimeters. If it doesn't turn 1.5 millimeters, then it's not leaking through there. You haven't done your cotton properly. If that turns that 1.5 millimeters, that's where your leak is coming in. It hasn't properly seated in the base of the deck. It wasn't tightened properly coming off the production line. So you just give that a turn. It'll turn probably 1.5 to 2 mils, and then your leak will be sorted. And Nico, I use a fat frame staple. This sounds stupid. In my Wasp, I've got a fat framed custom staple from fat framed. What is it called? Rian, you here? It's a custom coil from Coil Company. It's a fat frame staple coil. It's a big coil. I only use it on a regulated mod because I bump up the power, not on a mechanical mod. You can get one of those. I do have a bubblegum ice cream flavor already. It's not a traditional blue bubblegum. It's actually like a what do you call it? A fruit pebble bubblegum. Shake that booty. That's a bubblegum milkshake. I do that. Robbie, we haven't got the cheetah tune. I don't think we'll get it, so I can't do a review if I don't have it in my hands. Donovan, for Luna RTA, we've got them. I just have not had time to actually play with it yet. I will get one off the shelf tomorrow and I'll play with it tomorrow. Luke asks, what's the best wire for flavor and clouds? It all comes down to how you're building, what your diameter is you're building. If you're chasing more flavor than you're chasing clouds. But just on that note, if you are in Durban, we are doing a whole coil. I just need to see what day we're doing it on. On Saturday, we're doing a whole coil building. What's the right coils for right devices? A demo in the shop with haywire, bubble wraps, and Johan from Mr. Fluff. There's some Mr. Fluff available to be used, and I think we've got some for giveaways. So best bet is pop into the shop if you're in Durban. We're going to be doing that coil demo for most of the day. Come in there, we'll be able to help you. But currently my wire of choice is Nichrome 80. It ramps up nicely. The coils last long. Yeah, probably my preferred wire of choice at the moment. Sagrin, who's to say we're not? Yeah, he has asked me these questions. I can't say things with a straight face. We always working. Survape is always one of those companies who tries to be ahead of the pack. So yeah, we are working on it at the moment. Yeah. Any other questions, guys, regarding the mods that I've spoken about today? I can maybe answer them for you. This thing hits like a beast. The only downfall with this stack mod and the batteries that I've got in here is they're 1,500 milliamp hour batteries. So I've got 3,000 mAhs worth of power in here, obviously in series. So you can probably have 30 to 40 good pulls before you have to change the batteries. I'm a new vapor, I'm a new vapor. What should I start with? It all depends if you want to get into building or you want to just vape, not have the hassle of building. If you are somebody who's just getting into it, you can buy stuff like smock kits, alien kits. You can get yourself a there's so many things available. Best bet is to go into the starter kits division on most websites. Lung Candy's we've got the starter division, and have a look there. Hey, Run, no. You can put really small coils. That's a fallacy. The only difference is when you want to say really small coils, it's because there's such a gap between the posts. People think it's designed for big coils. It's not. You can put small coils in there. All that happens is that your lead length is slightly longer. So where your length of the legs of the wire is slightly longer, but I've fitted nano coils in there before, and it works perfectly fine. Mr. Abrar, my mini-me. Mini Me has started working for us. So those Mr. Bra here is our new employee. He works in the front counter. When you go to build in the Ubuntu, I mess around all the time, in the Ubuntu. You know, I've got a cloud chasing build in here. I'm not going to tell you the ID, and I'm not going to tell you the wire, but it's 211 wrap coils in here, 24 gauge nichrome. It's for cloud chasing. I've got it in this Ubuntu here on my HHA Squonker. That's my go-to build for the Ubuntu. Mark, no, we've been looking. We can't find any cases for them at the moment, unfortunately. Rob also brought up a good thing, a Twisp Q. Do I have one here? Yeah, I do. Let me just get one out here. People are going to look at me funny when I do this, because I'm going to pull out a Twisp product. Okay. And you're going to laugh at me. You know, so vape is about getting people off smoking at the end of the day, and we tend to look after the hobbyist type of vapor, so the collector type of guy. And obviously, you know, we need to have a very wide spectrum of products, and we've been looking all over for devices that can help somebody who wants as little fuss as possible, and who wants to quit stinkies but doesn't want to have to worry about having to insert a coil, having to make sure that the wattage is correct. And we've tried pretty much every device that's available in the world until we got this, which is the Twisp Q. Okay, it's made by Twisp. We sell it in our shop, so don't look at me funny. It serves a purpose. Okay, I use one myself. It's the first pod system that actually does properly work. Rob used these when they flew to Paris to go to the Paris show on the airplane. Okay, it's 24 milligram pod cartridge. I'll actually open this one and show you. Absolutely amazing device. I take my hat off to Twisp, I really do. They finally came up with something that really serves a purpose. Now in the kit, that's how the kit comes. It's got 3 different cartridges, okay, but all 24 milligram. You've got a tobacco, you've got like a Red Bull, and then you've got like a mint one, okay. And what's in the pack? And this is even the hardened vapors. You need to have one of these in your arsenal. In the pod, it's pressure activated, so there's no switches or anything. Come on. USB charged. That's what the device looks like. Okay. And what you do is you just take your little, in the pack comes a USB charge as well. Let me just find the right flavor. I don't know. So if you guys, anybody's flying, and it looks like a USB stick, so they don't argue with you when you climb on the plane. So it comes in a little pod like that that's got the mouthpiece already built into it. And all that you do is you do this, and it slips in. So you can interchange your flavors. You just pull it out, put another flavor in, pull it out, put another flavor in. And it's mouth orientated. It is a mouth to lung device. You can lung hit it, but it's got a 3-second timer, so not to burn out the coil. But produces a fair amount of vapor, gives you a good nicotine hit. Yeah, okay, there we are. 24 milligram nicotine hit. Absolutely awesome little device. 399 bucks. Pods available pretty much anywhere. If you're a hardened vapor and you want something to walk around with, or go to the shops with, or go to the movies with, we've got them at Survey, but you can get them anywhere. I'll put that away. Thank you, Uncle Rob, for bringing that up. Needed to bring that to people's attention that we do stock them. Absolutely awesome little device. Put that away. Let's check some questions. Well, there's another. This is the amazing thing. I see the question. This is the amazing thing about vaping. Okay, is there's so many ways and means to get into vaping and to make a living from vaping. Okay, and now you take the bearded Viking guy. Tips, door panels. Some guy bought up there now. Has anybody thought of 3D printing battery cases, especially 2700 battery cases? If you've got a 3D printer, make some 2700 battery cases. I'll buy them from you. No problems asked. A lot of people will. So yeah, there's an opportunity, and that's where South Africa. If you've got the knowledge, you've got the machinery, go wild, because you're gonna. There's plenty of opportunities out there. That's true. Only kids hate on the twist devices because it's not cool. Kaiser, no, the Monarch is a 18650 battery. It can't take any bigger than a 18650 battery, unfortunately, and that's purely because of the size. You know, when we designed the HHA, which takes a 2700 or a 21700 battery, okay, it takes either of the two. It can't take a 1865, but it can take the 2700 or the 21700 battery. We did it for a reason, because we didn't know where the batteries were, how the battery situation was going to go. The Monarch was only designed for a 18650, and you can buy the sheer size. Ishan, no doubt we'll be getting K funds, eh? The name of the twist device is called the Q, C-U-E. Johan might get, you bringing in the K funds. Yeah, Johan, let me just post it just so that you can just, as I said to a lot of people, this show that I do is about vaping in South Africa. It's not about Survape, it's about vaping in South Africa. So I'm more than happy to pass people on. If you want to go look at Lung Candy. Lung Candy is in Joburg. Absolutely amazing people who work there. Johan van Noordwijk is the owner of Lung Candy. It's not part of Lung Candy anymore, but he's the guy from Mr. Fluff. And he's also a mech freak like me. If you're looking for something specialized, which we're not doing, they're the best people in South Africa to go and look at for that type of stuff. But they are Joburg based, so you'd have to actually arrange couriers and stuff like that to get it from him. Nickel, I think it's Nickel Guran. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right. In the donut range, there's 3 flavors. There's a blueberry, there's a strawberry, and then there's a caramel peanut donut. Okay, guys, we've been on for a little bit long now. Let's do this random draw. Let's see how many people we got watching. We have 80 people watching. Let me go and open random draw quickly. I'm still trying to figure out how to pull the screen from here onto the, so you can actually see it, but just going to take me on my word that I'm not going to shortchange anybody. Okay, so what's up for grabs tonight is one of each of the donut range in 3 milligram, an Ubuntu RDA, and a S-Modus t-shirt. Remember, if you've won in the last 4 weeks, I will tell you, and then I will do a redraw, because you're not allowed to win in the last 4 weeks. Let me just go and grab all of these participants. Just 2 seconds. Just grabbing all of the participants. It does take a little while to make sure I've got everybody. 2 seconds. participants. Okay. Copy. We currently have 79 people watching. Let's go and paste these and just check that I've got proper amount of people. And again, just checking that I've got the right amount of people. Come on. Wow, you're not picking up all the people. It's only picking up 55 people. Just 2 seconds, folks. I just want to try and figure out why it's only picking up 55 people when we've got so many people on watching. How many people we've got watching now? 78 people. Come on, 78 people. And we have a winner, Mrs. Rachel Whitby. Rachel Whitby, where are you? That's the first 2 places that came up. Obviously, I only give to the first person, but Rachel Whitby, you are a winner. Is that James? Hey, yes, this Whitby family is winning all the prizes. Winning all the prizes. Rachel, you have won a set of those, an Ubuntu RDA, and a t-shirt extra large. And I know the extra large is not going to fit you, but I only got extra large. So sorry. So sorry about that. Congratulations, Rachel. Is she even here anymore? Yes, she is. Okay. Rachel, you can collect them from the store, or you can organize for us to get them out to you. Just if you're going to collect from the store, just PM me on our survey page, yeah, PM me on the survey page, or you can come and collect it from the shop tomorrow if you want. Nah, I only do one, Mohammed. I only do one winner every time, unless I state otherwise up front. Yeah, Savior, that twist was actually an amazing product. That's why we got it in the shop. People laughed at us when we got it into the shop, because they are, yeah, twist. But if it serves a purpose and it gets people off stinkies, we'll stock it in the shop. Beard braiding session. Yeah, it's getting long, eh? Let me move Mr. Fluff out the way. Where's Mr. Fluff? Can't move Mr. Fluff out the way. But Mr. Fluff, yeah, there we go. It's getting long. It's getting long. Yeah, soon I'll be able to braid it, eh? Yeah. Any other questions, folks? Otherwise, I'm going to call it quits tonight. It's been an hour and a half. I will get the frames per second sorted out to get it to 60,000 frames per second. So I apologize for any stuttering or anything like that there was. I apologize profusely. I'm going to give you guys 5 more minutes to ask me any questions on the products that I've spoken about tonight, or anything general. Give me a shout. Did you get any negative effects from vaping? Robbie asks, Craig, do you get any negative effects from vaping, excluding dry hits? Probably the only thing is if I'm in a room with a lot of vapors, like we were on the Saturday at our opening of our shop. I find my eyes do take a bit of strain. My eyes dry out. But that's the propylene glycol. Propylene glycol sucks moisture out of the air, and when there's a propylene glycol hanging in the air, it does dry my eyes out. But apart from that, and a little bit thirsty, because obviously propylene glycol also dehydrates you, so you need to drink a lot of water if you vape. Apart from that, yeah, no side effects whatsoever. Game Spree Craig says, "Oh, Craig, do you all have Omni tanks in stock?" I actually don't know if we've got Omni tanks in stock. I did ask Hugo to stock up on them a while ago, because it is, as I said, it's probably one of my best tanks. Best bet is to go into my website and just type in Omni, OMNI, and it'll tell you if we've got in stock or not. I don't know if stock came in while I was out or doing things, but yeah, just check. Cheers, Justin. Yeah, Arun, you can send it to me. Yeah, the opening of the shop was a big shock to us. We didn't think it would go down as well as it did, but it's absolutely fun. And we've noticed that the environment has become more conducive to people sitting and chilling. It's not only about buying stuff; it's about vapors being together with vapors. You know, for so long, smokers have been pushed out and put by the wayside, and obviously vaping is now, what's the right word, more acceptable. Okay, and then having an environment where you guys can come and sit and chill in our lounge. You know, those who've seen the videos that we posted of the lounge and stuff like that, and just chill and be you. You know what I mean? Talk to other vapors. You know, because that's the amazing thing about vapors. I've made friends, and people make friends from people of all walks of life, all nationalities, all race colors, all races. You know, and you just get on. You know what I mean? I've made so many good friends from vaping that in normal circumstances I would never have ever associated with, or even thought of associating with. You know, I've made so many nice friends. You know, it's mind blowing. So that's what we were trying to create with the shop, a place where everybody can just get together and have fun. Because at the end of the day, if you're not having fun, it's not worth it. And that's why we did the shop the way we did the shop, so that you can actually have fun. But yeah, if you're not in Durban, you need to get down to Durban and come and see what a proper vape shop looks like. Cheers, Donovan. Yeah, I can do that. Simplicity says, do a big giveaway on a 1K subs. Yeah, I can do that with the greatest of pleasure. My honest opinion, where vaping is going to go, is go back to original. Go back to the way we first started vaping. You know, it's not all about this chucking clouds, and you know, it's about you know, I see a lot more mechanical type of stuff coming out. I definitely see a lot more different types of squonking coming out, but I think it's going to move away from the regulated side. It's going to move across to more the mechanical side. That's the way I see it going. I called it about a year ago. I said at least a year ago, I said it's going to be squonking, and look at it today. Squonking has taken over the marketplace, in my opinion, over the regulated mod side. But yeah, don't quite know. Rob says, I have to agree with Rob, and it's obviously biased again. You know, we've got the cafe in the shop. We do these ciabattas, and we do these cronuts and cake and coffee and whatever, and these milkshakes and mocktails. But we do an iced coffee with an extra shot. Oh my God, absolutely divine. I don't think it's going to be mouth to lung. It's going to be more your mechanical stuff, you know. I don't think mouth to lung in that way, you know, because mouth to lung you lose out a lot of flavor, in my opinion. Yeah, I don't think mouth to lung will be the way it goes, but it definitely is going to be the more mechanical side. Imran, have not seen it, Putty. Can't tell you about that. That could be quite good. What I want is I want a series squonker. I want a dual battery series squonker. That's what I want to see next. Okay, guys, I'm gonna call it quits. Thank you very, very much for watching. Please don't forget to support the guys that I've showed you. Local is Lekka. Paddy Vapes. They not only do series, they do normal single cell hybrid mix. Monarch Vapes. Dude, you guys smacked it out the park, bro. Absolutely awesome. Don't forget our HHA, the Ubuntu. Mr. Fluff. Absolutely awesome cotton round blend. The electric donuts available. If your vape shop doesn't have them, you can order online or tell your vape shop they must order from Steam Masters. And then Gringo, the new juice that's coming from Wiener Vape. Can't get anything better. South African is all the way. Good night, folks. Hope you have a lekker evening. Sleep tight. And if I don't see you in the shop, come say how's it. Cheers, guys.